Alright, good morning YouTube. Today we're going to work on a octopus on a piece of driftwood. So we're going to dig right into this one and see if we can make it look cool. So here we go. Alright, so I can tell pretty quick on this piece that this piece of wood was pretty soft and it was going to be a lot of fun to carve. So as long as they're not too soft where they're just exploding whenever you touch it with the bit, it's they're a lot of fun. So I started, you can see that big ball on the top there. It starts out being the back of the octopus or the head of the octopus, whatever you want to call it. But it's pretty neat because I didn't have to remove hardly any wood on this. It was just it was all right there. Just needed to just detail it. So that was pretty fun. It's a lot of fun whenever you can get a piece of wood and just detail it out like that and don't get covered with sawdust. It's a lot of neat little things you can do with this. I did draw his legs out a little bit with a pencil just to see how many I had, and ended up with 9. Like an octopus has 9 legs, right? No. So I had to find a way to cut one of the legs off. But I did figure it out. When I started here, though, I must have counted it 6 times. And every time I counted it, there was 8. And when I started carving, I got looking at it and went around it, and there was 9, so I had to go back and erase one. I don't know if they miscount legs on real ones or not. I don't know if they all have 8 or if they miscount and get 7 or 9 once in a while. I did read somewhere where they have 9 brains though. So there's one for each tentacle, and then one centralized brain, and they can work independently with their individual brains. Each tentacle can work independently, or they can all work together as a team using their centralized brain. So that was kind of a neat little fact. Tried zooming in on him a little bit so you could look into his eye. You can see how soft this wood is because I'm using just a diamond bit. Just a cheap diamond bit. It doesn't have much sandpaper feel to it. It's pretty smooth, but it was cutting this pretty easy. Basically like drawing in 3D. Right in here I got the idea that the octopus didn't need to be alone on a piece of wood, so started carving a little friend. There he is. There's his little friend. So the teeth on this, I tried detailing them several times, and every time I got in there, it just disintegrated. So it was pretty soft right there. A lot of it was pretty easy to do detail work on, but that spot there was really soft. So eventually I gave up. Just looked like it was being taken back by the sea. So still looks good. Here I just started putting some of the texturing on the octopus. Octopuses, sometimes they're kind of smooth, sometimes they have a little bit of a rough texture to them. This one here, the one I was looking at in the picture, it had kind of a rough texture to it and looked pretty similar to that, so I just went with that. Now that I started a pirate scene, I had to kind of add some other piratey details. I still had a lot of easy carving wood left, so I used it up. I'm just going back in and adding coral reef in wherever I could fit it, just to use up the rest of that woods. It was pretty easy, real nice to carve, so I just kept on going. Here I'm cutting in a sword. It runs right through the skeleton on the guy there. It runs through him. I think that may be what killed him. I'm not sure. Could have been that, or the cannon, or the giant octopus, or maybe he drowned. I don't know. Might have been an accidental death. One of those stories that starts out, I was just sailing along. So I don't think I had the camera on, and I was carving a treasure chest in here a little bit, but I think I'm going to change that a little bit. I'm going to try moving that lid a little bit so it looks like it's opened up. So see if we can do that real quick. This box is laying right underneath of the skeleton that I was making, so I don't know if that was any kind of motive or what. Looks like it's empty. I didn't see anything in it. I opened up the lid there a little bit and didn't really find anything. If any of you do any carving out there, it's fun to find an old piece of driftwood like this that you can just take off and run with, and just let your imagination kind of go free and see what you can find, see what you can dig out of it. So it's a good time. Looks like I'm making a little daisy there. It's one of them starfish. Found another little piece that wasn't carved, so I figured I better put some coral in there. Adding some more rocks and a little piece of wood. Part of the ship, I think, was laying there by the treasure chest. Adding a little hole in the side of his head for the little fishes to swim through. Final details on the octopus. I didn't make any suction cups on him because I didn't think the wood would hold up to the... I thought the edges of the suction cups would break off too easy, so I didn't try to add any. It looks good without them, so I just went with that. Alright, well that escalated quickly. Started out with an octopus and turned into a whole murder scene. So, anyways, I'm going to try to put some that Minwax finishing paste wax on here and see what this looks like. I'm going to see if I can brush it out like that last one. So, it's going to be pretty delicate. It's soft wood. It's no doubt it's soft, but it was fun to carve because I could put just crazy stuff in there pretty easy. So anyways, I'm gonna see if I can get her finished up here and show you what it looks like. Finishing wax. Gonna see how it turns out. Paste wax seems to work out pretty good. I just put a coat of that on there, leave it set out in the sun for a couple minutes just to let it heat up the wood, and it kind of soaks in there a little bit and starts drying, and I just go over it with that shoe polish brush, and it gets a nice little sheen to it. So we got this week's video all done, and if you like the video, hit like. Thanks to everybody that's been subscribing, getting a lot of attention, so thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.